Justice John Marshall Harlan's solitary dissent in Plessy v. Ferguson stands as one of the most powerful examples of principled decisions in American legal history. While the Supreme Court majority upheld racial segregation under the separate but equal doctrine, Harlan argued forcefully that our Constitution is colorblind and neither knows nor tolerates classes among citizens. His dissent recognized that the Louisiana law requiring racial segregation in railroad cars was designed to perpetuate racial hierarchy and violated the 13th and 14th Amendments' promises of equality and citizenship. Harlan understood that legal segregation stamped African Americans with a badge of inferiority and could not be reconciled with constitutional guarantees of equal protection. Though his position was rejected by his contemporaries, and he stood alone among the justices, his words preserved an alternative constitutional vision during an era of profound racial injustice. Harlan's lone dissent reminds us that standing up to injustice is never wasted. It keeps the dream of equality alive for generations that follow. One voice really can change the course of history. Homer Plessy and the Citizens Committee lost their case, but their fight against racial segregation lit a fire for future activists. Harlan stood alone in 1896, but 58 years later, his words helped the Supreme Court unanimously overturn separate but equal in Brown v. Board of Education. Even when dissent loses, it protects the truth until the world is ready to embrace it. In the forming of the Plessy and Ferguson Initiative, we recognize the power of standing together for truth and for fighting for the rights enshrined in the United States Constitution. As descendants of those who battled in the courts during the 19th century, we draw inspiration from the lone dissenter whose courage reminds us that our democracy is fragile. Justice Harlan's example shows us that resistance to those who seek to limit access to freedoms remains as necessary in the 21st century as it did during the Reconstruction era of our nation's history.